Welcome, everyone, to another amazing episode of the Team Lead Talks Real Estate Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Becker from Alexandria, Virginia. Today, we are meeting with a really good friend of mine who I met a few months back up in New Jersey, Mr. Nick Trani from Wayne, New Jersey. Welcome, Nick.
What's up, man? Pleasure to be here. Excited to talk with you, man, especially after getting to know you more and just like picking your brain and just knowing how knowledgeable you are. Really excited to be talking to you today, honestly.
Dude, thank you so much. And right back at you. I'm very excited to have you on and grateful to have you on. I've been following you on social media ever since we met at that event, the in-person event, and kind of like your name here, Mr. Positive Realtor. You seriously you follow that mantra and you live and breathe that every single day. I'd love to, if you don't mind, can we start with that? Start there talking about your 3-4 a.m. gym posts of like life is great, I love life, I'm so blessed. I love all that stuff, man. It's so positive and uplifting.
For sure, man. I mean, man, like talking just all right, if we just go right into Mr. Positive in itself. One, like it's added accountability for me to always have to be in a positive state. Like if I'm going to call myself Mr. Positive, there's a great responsibility that comes with that. And I need to be in a positive state. I need to live by that. I need to follow it. And like, I just think about like anyone who ever passes away, like if you like bring their name up, because like when I was at the pizzeria, my family business, my father passed away at a young age and people would come in and tell me stories of my father, like, he was a good man. He was this, he was that. It's like you usually get like a sentence, people
Yeah,
remember you for a sentence. And like, I want to be remembered as like, man, he made a positive impact. Like he made a positive impact in my life. He was a positive person.
yeah.
And it's like, so I just want to brand myself long term with the word positive. I want to be a plus when people think of me.
Yeah. Dude, I know I haven't known you for that long, just a few months now, but I already kind of see that. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're only going to grow and get bigger and better from here, man. But I love following you. I love seeing your stories. And sometimes like being positive is really hard, especially in real estate. It's, ups and downs all the time. So you being able to do that to almost are holding yourself accountable. That's something not a lot of people can say, man.
It's a muscle like anything else. And it's like through practicing that muscle, you get better at it. Like I spend the money on courses, on trainings, doing a lot of Tony Robbins work. I have a routine every morning that I follow that allows me to be in a positive state. So like nothing happens by accident. There's triggers. Just like
Yeah.
people get triggered to be pissed off, you can be triggered to be in a positive state. So like one, I know myself and I know my triggers. Everybody's a bit different. I
Hmm.
use science and data to back it up. And then like also program my mind. Like there was years where I was sleeping to hypnosis, going to sleep and to like motivational videos or like actual meditative like hypnosis
Yeah.
videos, putting me like speaking into my mind. And it's like in my opinion, you hear that stuff over and over. The same way you can be socially programmed from a young age of like, like people, your parents passing down traumas.
Yeah.
You can socially program yourself to be a positive person. So why not?
I love that, dude. I recently read Atomic Habits and I got into habit stacking. You just mentioned that you have like a very formalized, what sounded like a formalized like morning routine. You mind kind of walking us through it? What do you do?
Yeah. So I'll start by saying it's Monday through Friday for me.
Okay.
Saturday, Sundays, I do whatever I want. Like I still work, grind, whatever. It's more of like I don't have a certain time or whatnot. So I'm tight on myself Monday through Friday. Now, I am a big Hermosi follower, and I know he's like really against routine, and he's all about like the only thing that you need to do to make money is the activity that makes you money. Like
Right.
everything else is just in the way.
Yep.
But that doesn't account for mood, happiness, being in a positive state, having a positive effect, which is cool. Like if your goal is only to make money and not really care about that stuff, great.
Yeah.
I wake up at 4:15. Sometimes maybe I get out of bed at 4:20, sometimes 4:15. My eyes open at 4:15 and like it's funny the way I have it set is my alarm goes off, but I have one of those outlets that's on a timer so my lights turn on in my room
Okay.
cuz it helps me wake up instantly. Well, hit that Tony Robbins priming exercise where he makes you think of three things you're grateful for, basically makes you pray for somebody, and then lets you envision three things you want in the future.
Okay.
And then from there, I'm like, do this funny little like Chinese like exercise, like where it's just getting your body going and I'm playing music that I enjoy. And I go right to the gym. Get to the gym usually about 5 o'clock, get my workout in, get home around 6 o'clock, just go take a shower, brush my teeth, and then like for the next like 40 minutes, 45 minutes till about 6:50, making myself a smoothie, drinking a coffee, and then I'm in the Bible. Which just started about 2 weeks ago, that routine of just like in the Bible for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And starting my day with God, and like it just, and then I drive to work. I leave for work at 7, 15 minutes of driving. And on that 15 minutes, I'm listening to my favorite songs, screaming and yelling, like looking like a maniac in the car. It's like, how could you be in a bad mood after having a morning like that?
It actually sounds quite nice.
It's like, it's impossible to be in
Yeah.
a, and then I get on the Breakfast Club where I'm doing a role play where it's again, I'm like, speaking positivity, I'm uplifting other people, I'm using my energy. And by the time 8 o'clock happens where I'm making my phone calls where I'm about to get pounded with rejection, I'm about to get pounded with rejection and negativity, I'm like ready,
Yeah.
like I'm ready for battle. Like it's like people are like, well, how is he always in such a good mood? It's like, if you knew I do that thing every single day, it's like, man, how could this guy be in a bad mood?
Yeah. You're almost making it impossible to be in a bad mood just by the actions that you're taking from the time you wake up until you get to your office.
Exactly. Now think about this, Andrew, and maybe you're going to go there already. I'm just going to touch on it anyway. Another Hermosi thing. And listen, everything I know, I'll just say it right now. It's like all regurgitated. I like most knowledge is like, and like, how can you do something in an unreasonable way with an exceeded amount of volume that you could like, that where it's like impossible for you to fail?
Hmm.
Same thing in business. Like, if you want to take listings, how could you just make an absurd amount of phone calls where it's like, if you make this many phone calls, like you can't fail?
Right. Yeah. Eventually, I mean, that gets into the mindset of like, if you fail when you quit and you stop doing the action, whatever action it is you're taking to get to the goal that you are trying to achieve, if you never stop doing that, you're going to get rejected. Yes, let's talk about outbound calls because you brought that up. I know you do a ton of outbound calls, and I want to get into that in a little bit more detail too. But if you make 10 and no one picks up, or you get, F offs for five of them and you stop, you're going to fail. It's the people that kind of push through that and like, man, I know that people get aggravated or whatever. I'm just trying to help. It will come. It will come. If you stop doing it, that's when you've truly failed because you're quitting and you're giving up.
Man, I love that you said that. And I'm going to share something one of my mentors, one of my sales coaches mentioned once, and I loved it. And he was like struggling to set appointments. He had a paper with leads, and he was struggling to set appointments. And he was like, man, I just want to set an appointment. One of his mentors told him, just so you know, there is an appointment on this piece of paper
Mm-hmm.
in these leads. And the next call he made, he set an appointment. And so sometimes it's also about like, it's also about the man. Sometimes it's also about the appointment. It's about the mindset and the intention. If you believe that there is an appointment, you will set an appointment. You will
Mm-hmm.
100% of the time. Like, and it's like sometimes it's like, again, maybe 20 calls today isn't an appointment, but it's the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. You set three. Like, it's
Yeah.
happened so many times for me.
Dude, it's all about figuring out also how many on average calls that you need to make, right? Like, I get it. Like, you can make 20 and have absolutely nothing happen. And the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, you're like, oh my gosh, I just set three in a row. That's fantastic. But also in your mind, the more you do it, Nick, I'm sure when you started, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you had to make 100 calls or have 100 conversations to get to an appointment or two. But now, as you get better and better on the phone, handling objections, letting people know you're going to bring real value to them, cold is tough. But the more and more reps you take, just like at the gym, just like baseball or basketball or any sport, however you want to say it, you're going to get better and better over time. And it's that consistency of showing up, which you do. I mean, again, I watch you and you're like pounding the phones Monday through Friday with such a positive vibe. And, I'm sure the people feel that on the other end. Like you could also do the opposite, man. Like pounding the phones with a negative vibe, no one's going to want to work with you. So it's
True.
almost like you're setting yourself up, number one, for your own mentality of being like, I'm going to make stuff happen today. But also people pick up on that on the other end of the line. And as you get better and better by repetition, they can feel it.
I'm happy you mentioned that because again, Mr. Positive. So like objections. Are objections objections? No, they're requests. They're unanswered questions. I can look at them as a negative and objection, or I can look at them as an unanswered question and something positive that hey, they're actually interested. They're asking me more questions. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I can take what people are saying, hey, I'm going to wait till spring. I don't want to sell my home now as something negative. Hey, they don't want to sell now. Or, hey, I finally got somebody on the phone who wants to actually sell their home. Let me find out why they're waiting until the spring, you
Right.
know? And it's like having that positive mindset, like, man, I got rejected 29 times today and only got one listing. Oh, to like, damn, I spoke to 30 people today and I have an opportunity to make 20 grand.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that mindset shift is everything. Like everything is good on it. Like there
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like the old I have no idea who first said this, but like choose your hard. It can be hard to do things one way, or it could be hard to do things the other way. And one could have a negative outcome, one could have a positive outcome. So just choose your hard. And you're choosing talking to more and more people to get an appointment on your calendar.
Man, I have no idea why my computer's bricking, but honestly, that allowed me the opportunity to fix the other thing that I wanted to fix,
Cool.
which hopefully works. We'll see. But man, I want to get right into that. Like, like I always used to think like, when you have those days, it's like, oh, it's one of those days.
Yeah.
I hate saying it's one of those days. I hate it. In
Okay.
the moment, I always try and catch myself, and I'm like, I'm not going to say that because then I'm going to attract more of that in my day. But like, even when I do that, it still is one of those days. And I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe if it's one of those days, it is one of those days, and there's no changing that. But what has changed was my trigger. Rather than
Mhm.
like when I feel like, my God, here we go again. It's like, you know what? Thank God this is happening because maybe this truck is driving super slow in front of me because if I was driving faster, something bad could happen to me. And it's like, again, like this, my computer's bricking and like shutting off and like I could the software I'm using to record myself so I can have my own stuff,
Yeah.
my own video footage is like I just didn't register it on this computer. So it's like it cut off after 10 minutes. And I was like, I could have been upset, mad, or whatnot. And it's like, screw that, man. Like, thank God my computer just shut off because now I just registered my license and now I could finish recording this thing out fully. And it's like,
Yeah.
why am I gonna be like frustrated? Like, who cares?
Yeah. It's hard to maintain that, but that's how I try to approach stuff too. Like, I don't know where we cut off earlier, but I mentioned like the choose your hard. You can choose to be unsuccessful, you can choose to be successful. They're both hard, just in different ways. But you, such a positive person in the way you approach things, you always choose the successful route and you see the positive light in everything. I never even thought of that. Dude, I was dropping my kid off at school and my wife at work this morning. I got stuck behind this super slow driver going like 10 and a 25 through our town, which people cross the streets all the time. Maybe it was to slow me down because some kid might have run out across the street or something. I'm gonna remember what you just said. That's really deep, dude. Not to get cheesy, but I kind of like that. Like maybe she was put in front of me for whatever reason, and maybe I'll never know the reason, but it's a different
You
way to think of
probably
it.
never will know.
Yeah.
The thing is what would you rather choose? The
Right.
one that puts you in a shitty mood or the one that puts you in the positive mood?
Yeah. 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 I love it, man. So let's talk more about your
I
continuing.
one more thing, 'cause I need to
Yeah.
solidify this belief.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Have you looked back at your life right now and realized how you've gotten to this moment?
I try to. Yes,
And do you
definitely.
understand that if one decision was different, you wouldn't be here?
Yeah,
God's timing
100%.
is perfect every time. If you were go slow behind that truck, it's his timing is perfect every time. Every time. You are only where you're at right now, which you've impacted me through our coaching call. All the failures, everything you've gone on impacted me tremendously. Just your generosity of giving to me
Hmm.
impacted me. And like the feeling of like, man, I just want to fail and spend money on learning and get better and grow and build something so I can give back. And
Yeah,
hopefully I give back to people who change the lives of millions of people. So it's like everything you've endured and gone through to have that conversation with me, in my opinion, I look at it as God's timing is perfect every
yeah,
single time. And like, so, like, again, it makes me solidify the belief like, you know what, if I'm meant to be in this position right now, then it is what it is. I'm going to look at the positive.
yeah. There's some reason why the two of us are on this right now. And so many different things had to happen. Did I ever tell you the story about how I got into your world, your, co-founders in that whole group? Have I shared that with you? Do you want to
No.
hear a quick
Yeah,
story?
I would love to.
Okay. So I'm, doing my thing in real estate with, the different things I'm up to. And I never answer the phone ever when I get unknown or spam or whatever. Never, dude. And I got a call and it was from Washington State. And I was like, Washington State, what's this? And I ignored it. Another call comes in, same phone number, 2 seconds after. And I'm like, must be important. They called me twice, right? That's just a tactic, but like I picked up, and it was a shout out to Dwayne Alexander from your group, co-founders group,
Love Dwayne.
and he was like, "Hey, Andrew, it's Dwayne." I was like, "Oh, what's this gonna be?" He told me about what he was working on. I was like, "Dude, not right now." However, like I'm in real estate, you're in real estate. Maybe we could talk about what you have going on and what I have going on, which led to me getting introduced to all the awesome people in your circle and co founders. And that has put me on like this different life trajectory. And it was fate, it was happenstance, whatever you want to call it. But that phone call that he made to me led to me meeting you in New Jersey and then led to us connecting two or three times in between that and then this podcast episode. And then I'm sure there's going to be many more things that we do together because we will be seeing each other weekly on our calls that we're going to do. It's just weird how that kind of stuff happens. And
And you
now I'm in this whole nother environment and I'm having fun meeting more great people like yourself, including your partner who's going to be on the show next week.
fire. And the best part about what you just said is when you answered that phone call, you didn't know why you were getting that phone call.
Yeah.
Now you do. And like, man, so I put a post on social media not to get off track about investing in myself. And the scariest part about investing in yourself is it's not like buying a property where you know the numbers and you know you're guaranteed almost equity in a property or you know you're going to flip it and it's safe, like where you can concrete see an ROI. When you
Hmm.
invest in yourself, you don't know what the ROI is going to be until after. And
Right.
it's like the belief and faith that, hey, it's going to work out. I'm going to extract the positive because you can invest, get in a circle, meet one person who ends up changing your life. And you
Yeah.
don't know that until after you take the leap of faith.
Yeah, man. I already feel like my short time in your community that you guys allowed me to come into, I've already met so many people just like you that I'm like, man, I want that person in my life. I want to hear what you and your partner are doing. I want to continue to, help where I can help. And I know you're thinking the same thing. It's just really funny how life turns out that way. And I was telling my wife after that, I'm like, you never would believe this. I just got this call. There's this great community. I'm going to learn about it, and then I just met the people inside of it, and it's life changing. And I've been doing this now for a few months, hoping obviously long term, right? But just I don't know, man. Just fate that I even had my phone on me, and then let alone answered it, and then had that conversation with Dwayne to kind of kick off all these new relationships that I've been forming. Crazy, man.
It does. And it just ties into everything that, like, don't worry. You're part of
Right?
a greater plan. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, man. It's like, what's the point of worrying? Right? Like honestly, if you dial it back to that, it's like why worry? Why not just like continue to do what I'm doing and moving on something happens, move on. Like you can sit and sulk for a long time. And I'm guilty of that. Like I had a kind of a rough day yesterday, woke up today, had a whole new positive, outlook. I need to learn more about you and your morning routine. I want to start holding myself accountable here. Maybe I'll start posting. I get up at 4:55, so you get a little bit, you get up a little bit more or earlier than I do. But I'll start like tagging you in it, and you hold me accountable, dude.
Let's do
Like
it. I'll
where
do the
are you, man?
same.
Where
I'll
are
do
you?
the same right back at you.
Yeah,
I don't know if we got into that. Like again, I only do that because of the accountability of when I'm in bed and I'm like, shit, I want to stay in bed. It's like, ah, man, I've been posting this every day. Like, I
yeah,
have to. Like, I can't not post it. Like, there's people that are posting it now. Like, there's people that like I had no idea would like start posting like walking into the gym, just like a blurry picture of the gym and
yeah,
a timestamp. And there's people I follow that are doing that now, and it's like, how am I not going to do it now?
yeah. Yeah. It's that like if you hold me accountable, Nick, like you, not just in general, like be like, "Hey dude, you didn't post today. What's that about?" Like I kind of need that too because it is about like getting visibility and getting out there and just that routine. And if I have someone kind of looking over my shoulder helping me with it, it's just an accountability partner at the end of the day helping push me. Like I want to push you guys, maybe you can help push me to do that as well. That'd be really cool.
Let's rock and roll, man. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
man. Well, let's dude, you're killing it on like social. I know you're a beast in your business as well. So let's talk about that. You have this crazy business. I was able to look into, behind the scenes with you all and you and your partner last week taking crazy amounts of listings in an environment where you kind of hear people struggling out there. Like I haven't done a deal in X number of months, but you and Matt are doing, you know, tons of business. You have so many listings, so many closed so far through October. Walk us through your business model or your team. What do you guys do every day?
Man, like it's funny that you say it like that because I feel the total opposite. Like I feel like we're nowhere near where we need to be. Like we need to continue pushing and growing. Like it's like we're not taking enough listings, we're not getting enough closings. Like it's like, I'm
Hang
always
on a second. Hang on. You've closed 76 from when I met with you like a week or like last week. 76 closed this year, correct? Or around there.
Mhm.
Dude, just stop for a second. 76 closings in a year. I meet with people all the time, man, that close one or two and are struggling and feel that they can do more. That is an incredible number, dude. You should be super proud of that. And I'm looking at what you guys do together and I know there's room for growth, but just take that is people would wish to be able to say that they do those kind of numbers, dude.
Man, like, and I appreciate you bringing that to light. It's just like I got big aspirations and goals, and it's like it's hard to explain. I do enjoy the day to day and I enjoy the process more than even getting there. It's like for me, what's more exciting is like about them. Like I didn't even know any of those numbers. Like I do, but like I don't look at them. I just like
Yeah,
I brought them prepared to our meeting. I look at more of like what's grown infrastructure wise. How have I grown? And
yeah.
all of that ends up resulting in that stuff. And it's like, how has our conversion rate got up? Like, what's our process look like now? What mistakes have we made and how have we learned from them? And then it
Hmm.
just ends up resulting in that.
Yeah.
And like, we're doing 1 million a year in revenue right now. And it's like, for me, that I want to be at 10, I want to be at 100, I want to build $1 billion business one day. Like, that's ultimately my goal,
Hmm.
whether it's in real estate or it's through acquisitions, like that's ultimately where I want to be.
Yeah.
And it's like, honestly, it's a game of forever, and I don't think I'm ever going to arrive. I don't think I'm always going to be arriving.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with what my life looks like right now. Like, I have everything I need already. And like, because I know in 10 years I might have a shit ton more money, but maybe people I love aren't in my life anymore.
Right.
So it's like, I do enjoy now. I
Yeah.
just, I'm I'm not at $1 billion yet.
Yeah, me neither, dude. And I love that you're never gonna arrive. I don't think anyone truly arrives unless it's like I suppose retirement and you you have a cutoff. But yeah, it's just every day you can make a little change and then the next day a little change in your business to take it wherever you want to take it. And there's so many different avenues that you can go in real estate. But if your goal is to ultimately build to 10 million, like why the hell can't you build to 10 million? You're at 1 million now. That's incredible. You can get to 2 next year. You can get to 4, like double your business every year. And you do that by these small little changes. You do that by, meeting someone new, figuring out a new tool, a new tactic, right? Like grow and accept. And one of the things that I was guilty of, dude, was like thinking I could do it on my own all the time, like, oh, I'll figure it out. But then there's all these great people out there. Like I had coaches, right? I have people tell like who've been there, done that before me. I kind of let my ego go and just say, hey, Nick, man, like you're taking on all these listings. The hell are you doing? Like, can I learn from you? And the answer is yes. But that's the mentality of it, right? Like me reaching out to you saying, hey, I need help. You've shown online that you're quite successful. Are you willing to help? And then your mentality of saying, yes, Andrew, I'm willing to help you because someone else helped me and someone else helped that person. So it's kind of like the chain, the big compounding effect of one person helping the next, helping the next.
Man, I love that. And trust me, that's like I'd say if there's one thing I'll give myself, it's the ability to know that like I need help. Like it's like I mean I reached out to you right away. Like I do that. Like I'll pest people to
Yeah.
get help.
Can I say something about that, man? So, uh, in case the listeners out there don't know what we're referring to, we were on a training together like last week or the week before that, right? And had, I don't know, 30, 40 people on the first one. You were the first person to reach out, I think, during the training that we were doing to say, hey, man, can we chat? And that takes initiative. Like you were like, I'm not going to wait around. Like, I just want to, like, let's connect, man. Like, why not? That's the difference, right? That mentality of like, I'm just going to go ask for it. What's the worst thing? Not only just with me, you like, I ask people for stuff and for help, and some people never respond to me, or some people just say, no, I don't have time. But some people say yes. Like, I asked you to be on the podcast. You could have been like, dude, no, like I'm busy, I'm doing stuff. You got to ask for it. No one's coming to save you. You got to come in and ask for, politely, of course, but ask for things that you need help with. And if it's the right connection, the right bond, it just makes sense.
More often than not, I feel like people say yes. I mean, like I've and it's also speed. Speed's important. Like, because like once you get out of that peak state, you don't take action. Like I like again, I was mid call learning from you. I was in state. I was like, holy shit! Like I can't believe I missed the last call I scheduled on this guy's calendar. Like I'm like, this guy's like knows what the hell he's talking about. Like, what am I thinking? Like I had an opportunity to speak to him. I got to text him right now. I got to say sorry for missing your last call. I need to meet with you tomorrow.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's exactly it. Like speed to action. And it's tough because the longer you kind of put something off, inaction just starts to grow and grow. And then you're like, oh, I'm too busy. I don't even remember what that person was talking about anyways. Like, oh, next time. But then you miss out on an opportunity to take action, massive action. And we've been kind of working together now, and I'm happy that you reached out because I think big things have already happened for you, but bigger things are coming.
I'm excited, man. And honestly, again, another thing to be grateful for. I have such amazing people in my life. I have so many people that have helped me in so many different ways. I have such an awesome network that's growing every day. And it's like,
Mhm.
Tony Robbins always says that it's never a lack of resource, but a lack of resourcefulness, you know?
Yeah.
And
Can we talk about Tony for just a little bit?
I could
I
talk about Tony for a long bit.
Yeah, not to make this about that program, but I saw a while back that you bought a hat for like $84,000 or something crazy. I know this wasn't a hat, but what was all that about, dude?
Um, so So that was my second Tony Robbins event. I did Unleash the Power Within. If you have not done that, you should. It's very cheap entry, like $900, worth every penny. And Tony Robbins is not somebody that's motivational. He is like somebody that scientifically will go in your brain, use tactics, is very masterful with his whole events. Like they're 4 hour total immersion. I'm not an affiliate. I get paid nothing to say this. I will sell you his event without getting any payment for it because I know how much it'll help you. I want my
Mhm.
clients to feel that way about me, first of all. Let me just put it that way. If I feel that way about somebody, I need to learn how. So
Yeah.
I did that event, signed up for the Ultimate Mastery, which is 20 grand, which is like 4 of his big events. All of his events are in person, 5 to 7 days, full immersion. Like you were in there 12 to 14 hours a day. And I got sick every time after because I exhausted myself. You break your
I heard
body
you
down.
talking at like 3 a.m. and you could barely even talk, or you couldn't speak. Your voice was like, yeah. And
It
that was what, 12 to 14 hours for a week straight?
Yes, and it's not like you're sitting down the whole time. You're screaming and jumping. Oh man, wild.
Yeah.
So I did business mastery, and again, that event alone was like so much amazing knowledge. Little tweaks, like the little things, like you're increasing your conversion from how many people you get on the phone. First, increasing your lead flow by 10%, then increase your contact rate by 3%, then increase your appointment set rate by 3%, then increase your close rate by 3% through strategy. You,
Yeah.
you you work on that, you get better at it. Increase your show rate, and by doing all increase your prices. You do all those by 3%. It's like 200%
Hmm. Hmm.
compounds. If you're making 1 million a year and you grow by 200%, I mean, do the math. I
Right.
paid technically 5 grand to be at that event because I had 4 of them. So the platinum is his $85,000 program where you do a year of it, you get exclusive events, you sit at the front, you get one-on-one coaching with him, and much, much more. And Tony Robbins was telling a story about how he got a call from one of his friends. I don't know if I think it was Paul Tudor. I think that's what his name was. He's the owner of the Golden State Warriors. I kind of said his name wrong, which is terrible on my end. This guy's like a mega billionaire. Um, and he got asked to go on vacation with him and his billionaire friends. He's like, Tony, we like you. You're a cool enough dude. Like I go on vacation with Pat Riley, some other mega billionaires. We do twice a year. We go all out.
Yeah.
Um, and Tony's in the beginning of his career still. He's younger, and he's not a business owner. He's a business operator, which means like you're not leveraged out. Your business needs you to make money. He doesn't have the finances, and Tony's like, well, how long is it? And he's like, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. Tony's like, shit. Like he's feeling inside. He's like, anxiety, like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. And then he's like, oh, okay. Well, how much does it run? Yeah, I don't know, 40, 50, 60, $70,000. And he's like, shit. And he's like, I'm going to have to check my calendar. And the guy goes, like, he's a billionaire, went quiet. He's like, you got to check your fucking calendar? Tony's like, no, I said I'm putting it in my calendar. And he took the leap. And on
Yeah.
that trip, obviously he felt like he didn't belong the whole time, but then he developed these relationships, sat down and spoke to the wealthiest man in Canada at the time, and basically gave him advice of going to speak to people who are in finance and making it like a routine. In 3 years of putting into action what he learned, he ultimately met a guy who needed him to speak to these two companies and have them merge. And he's like, if you can get them to merge, I'll give you a percentage. He got them to merge, got a percentage of stock, which ultimately resulted in like $500 million. And
Oh,
that was where
wow.
he made most of his wealth. And so here's what was masterful about it. So I got up and he instantly put me in a peak state. And I got up and closed my eyes, didn't know what I was doing, hypnotized, gave my credit card and signed up for an $85,000 program. But
Damn.
here's what he was doing. He told a story about him. That story of him was me. I don't have the time. I'm a business operator, not an owner.
Yep.
To go on these trips is going to be hard. I don't really 85 grand hurts me right now. Like that's like yes, it's a lot.
Hmm.
It's like scary. I'm
Yeah.
24 years old, like it's scary. And you feel the fears and doubts. So I felt that. And I'm like, damn, like oh. And then he's like, this community of people are amazing. Like telling about the community of people, which his platinum program is.
Yeah.
And then he explained what happened after he took the leap of faith. He explained that he felt all the feelings that I'm feeling right now. He explained what happened after the leap of faith, which was he had this huge ROI.
Mm-hmm.
And like basically he was telling a story about him, but it was me, everything I was feeling, and told me what I was going to feel after and got me in state to go pay for it and sign up.
Right.
So in that moment, I realized this is masterful. I need to learn everything he just did to me
Yeah.
because this can work for doing it to anyone else. And like he didn't say you need to do this, you need to do that, you're going to get this result. No, he told me a story which was a true story about his life, which NLP, I can't deny that. I
Mm-hmm.
believe it. And but really he's talking about me. You know, he was talking about me and everyone else in there. He
Yeah.
wasn't talking about him. He was talking about me because I felt everything. So he's masterful. Every minute, everything he says, every story he tells, it's with purpose.
Right.
Think about owning a business for 40 years and iterating on your product every single time, getting
Mm-hmm.
better every single time. And I'm going to say one other thing. So the next day at that event, they did a bonus day for platinum members where they had this guy, Jay Abraham, speak on stage. Dude's an animal. I don't know if you know Jay Abraham. He's a billionaire, old multiple businesses,
Mm-hmm.
master marketer, just like dude is a genius. And I got to spend 8 hours, 8 hours, wild,
Yeah.
long day. And I
Yeah.
was sick as a dog. But and I got to ask him a question, which was awesome because he basically went through his whole life, Jay Abraham, every business he ever owned, and went through each business and like asked us questions and what he learned. And I asked this man, he's in his 70s. I was like, Jay, you're ultra successful. You're an animal. Like when you went back and reflected on your life and went through each and every business you owned and how it all played out, did you learn things? And he's like, I did. I learned a lot. I learned so much going back that I didn't know before I went back for this.
Yeah.
If you're 73, 76 years old, ultra billionaire, and you could reflect on your life and still learn lessons, I can learn lessons
Right.
now. And
Yeah.
then they asked everybody to stand up and say, hey, what's one tactic you're using? What's one strategy you're using? How is it working? And how can everybody implement it? And Tony Robbins is writing down notes. This man is getting people to pay him 85 grand to teach him.
Yeah.
He's writing down everybody's tactics and notes. Why is Tony Robbins he does I think $9 billion in revenue last year, over 114 companies, writing down notes from people who are paying him?
Yeah.
Like why are you so great that you have an ego doing $500,000 a year in revenue that you can't learn and you can't write down notes, but somebody doing $9 billion a year owning 114 companies who's in his 60s is still learning and getting better? It's
I think
like,
you just answered your own question, dude. Like, that's the difference. And people like him are always admitting or learning, always learning from that next person. Because it's an incremental progress that he's making, I'm sure, from whatever somebody in that room said. He's like, oh man, I've never thought of it that way. And then he's learning and taking it and he's going to try to implement it. And that's what he can then go on to teach as, hey, I learned something from this person, Mr. Positive. He was in, wherever you're in Florida, right? Or
yeah.
somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. Like that is the difference. They're always learning. They're always hearing from other people what's worked and what hasn't worked. And that's how you expedite your growth and you can scale faster when you decide to do what you did and invest in yourself in yourself. You put a lot of investment into that, but it's a long-term commitment. It's not like you were expecting to go to Florida, pay all that money and come back and boom, like one
Oh,
thing at a time, one step at a time.
I didn't even start it yet. It starts in
Yeah.
December. I have a
Okay.
whole year of it to come. So man, it's
Rest up,
forced.
buddy.
I'm gonna and I'm gonna have to make it work. Like that's one thing Tony talks about is you figure it the fuck out every
If it's
time.
worthwhile, you'll make it work. You'll figure it out.
Exactly.
I'm sure there's stuff that I do, that you do, that other people listening do, that if you really write it down and say, how much time am I putting into watching Netflix or doing this or whatever it is, right? You can say, I can go spend a week with these people and learn and bring it back into your life, into your business. It kind of is, everything for you.
And the most important thing is the action though. Like it's like what are you doing with the knowledge? And again, like I'm just sharing my experience, and I really believe in humility. It's important. It's the most important thing because, like, you need to always know that you're learning. Like, think about it this way. And usually, people who are overly confident, in my opinion, they're just projecting because they came from a place of not being confident, and
Hmm.
it's just to protect themselves. But
Right.
we don't even know or understand a cell in a body truly. We haven't gone deep. We haven't gone as deep as you could go. In my opinion, I think you could zoom in infinitely inside, internally, to the
Hmm.
body, to a cell, and vice versa. You can zoom out infinitely through space. I
Yeah.
think it goes infinitely either way, and that's a principle in my mind. Again, I'm not a scientist. This is just a mindset I have, uh, backed by nothing. I think you can go just as deep in any subject, any
Yeah.
one subject. So, like, there's an infinite amount of knowledge you can learn in one subject, infinitely. So to think you like being a master, what really is that? It's when you're comparing to the people around you.
Hmm.
Because ultimately, if you're comparing yourself to what you could learn, you've never mastered anything.
Right.
So that's my belief on that. And then when it comes to action, it's like, man, like you got to be fast to execute. Like I will learn something and instantly try it. Like our call with you, where we realized that our next step is getting a listing agent. It's like, okay, we're instantly working on it, putting out ads and trying to bring a listing agent on. Like, it's
Did
like,
you do that already?
did we
I was
bring one
going to
on
ask
yet?
you about
No,
that.
but we're
No,
working
no,
on it.
no, no. Did you take the action steps
Yes,
necessary to start bringing someone on? Okay.
we've mapped out exactly what we want, who we want, what they are. We're working on tomorrow. Our whole morning is going to be redoing our entire listing presentation,
Okay.
and then it's really just bringing somebody on board, and that's it. And I already know where I'm plan on getting them. Might
Yeah.
not get them from there, but it's like even like you learn something like from a sales coaching call, you got to be willing to try it. It's so easy to go back into your old habit of what you're used to that's gotten you where you are. And it's
Yeah.
like you got to try the new thing. You can't be afraid to fail.
Right. Yeah, that's well said, man. Yeah, I mean, if you don't take action, everything for the most part is going to stay the same. So you learn something new, you try it, you invest in it, right? Like that's one thing that you guys told me that was super important to you and your business. That's also how, Nick, you start getting to the point where eventually you can be the owner and not the operator. Like it's never going to happen. Like I tell you very candidly, if you all want to get out of your business, you have to leverage systems, you have to leverage team members, or else you're just going to be in the business forever. Uh,
I'm
and,
scared of that.
and you got to take, it's scary, definitely scary, but there are ways to mitigate that risk that I would, you're not like forking over a fortune in capital or revenue for this team member. It's going to almost be like if they perform in their sales role, then that's when they get compensated. So there are ways to strategically approach what you all are trying to do. I think that's a great first step, getting, Matt and you help on the team to start to grow. This is like you're put a pin in it, right? Like you're going to hire a new team member, you're going to start to grow and scale, and it's going to get really fun for you, I think.
Man, Andrew, and like again, that conversation changed the trajectory of our business in my mind with you. Like that's truly I'm saying that the knowledge you gave us and the creativity you gave us, like the questions you asked us and the ideas that from your experience that sparked our mind were not ideas we were thinking of.
Hmm.
And like again, it's never a lack of resource, but a lack of resourcefulness. Because I told you all the resources we lacked. I listed all the problems we lacked, and yet there was still resourcefulness. There was still resource that could
Yeah.
have been used. And like, who's to say this next step is going to work? Because every single step we've tried has failed to this point.
Yeah.
We've been trying to solve this problem for a little bit, spent lots of money into it, and like, man, it is what it is. But like you said, you never give up, and like I'm just really excited about this next one, this next trial. And it's
Yeah.
based on your experience and your knowledge that's like got us to even realizing this. And it's very, very exciting, man. Like it's that's why it's like, man, if you have the opportunity to connect with people, like do it, man. Like I'm just like very grateful to even have the ability to call you a friend now, have the ability to have you as a resource in my life. And seriously mean that. Like, it's like relationships are everything to me right now. Like, I'd be nowhere without the. I just grateful to God for the grace He's given me in life through the relationships He's placed in my life, because
Yeah,
I
man.
didn't ask for it.
Right back at you, dude. I think this is going to be a you're already having a tremendous year. We kind of touched on your real estate business a little bit, and I know we're coming up on time, but this conversation has been awesome. I love this mindset. I love this, like, always be educating yourself, always be investing in yourself, always be pushing your limits to try to get bigger and better, because it's so easy to do the exact opposite, right? Be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'll try something else. And, but if you stick with it, you're going to be a complete success even more than you are now. And I'm really excited and happy that we met again, because I learned from you too, you and Matt too, man. That group is amazing. You guys have a killer team, and I'm excited to see where you guys take it in 2026.
Man, I appreciate you, Andrew. Honestly, like, we're gonna have to do another one of these where you just like dig into my business and like talk to me about all the mistakes and everything we're doing and all that stuff. And if you want to finish like that, we can. It's just like I got off track and I always do.
No, no, I like this. Yeah, I mean, I have some time. Actually, maybe we do need to do a part two, Nick, but I've done those before. So let's reconnect again and we'll really dive in. I think that's an excellent way for other people to hear what you've gone through, right? And like the mistakes you made, right? And and it resonates. Just like you said, that story with Tony resonated with you, and that was you in that moment. The whole goal of this podcasts, of this conversation, is for other people to hear stuff that they're thinking or might be thinking or have gone through themselves. And it is kind of helpful to hear, at least for me, other people go through the same things and they get through it and they build an incredible business, and you can too. Anyone can too.
Man, that's fire. That's
So,
awesome.
dude, let's talk about your business. I will reach out to you after this for a follow up. But if anyone's in Wayne, New Jersey, or close in that area and wants to connect with you, Nick, we'll share this information too in the description of this episode. But how would somebody get in touch with you?
Best way, Mr.positive_realtor, Instagram. Send me a DM. I will answer it eventually when I see it. I'm not the best with answering messages back. I'll honestly answer my CRM text messages more than I answer my personal ones. But just reach out to me. Any questions, anything you want to talk about, like that same grace that everyone's given me, I always want to pass it forward, you know?
Very cool. And follow him too. He posts some inspiring stuff, which honestly has helped me sometimes when I'm feeling a little unlike myself. So keep it up, dude. Thank you so
Appreciate
much for being a guest on the show, though. And we're gonna have you as a part two, and we'll dive a little bit deeper into your actual business this time.
appreciate you, brother. Really
All
do.
right, man. Well, are you one last question? Are you gonna come to the Q&A, the live Q&A on Thursday? Am I gonna see you on Thursday?
Oh, so there's okay, yeah, hell yeah. I didn't know it was I thought it was every other week, but
Open
yes,
office hours, man. So
let's go.
bring what you need. I'd love to see you there. So see you in a couple days, dude.
Sounds good, brother.